Good evening. I'm Priscilla Giddings, and I want to be your next Lieutenant Governor. I grew up in a Christian family. I was the baby of 5. My mom was in education. She retired as the high school principal up in Riggins. My father was in law enforcement, starting off in Vietnam. He did 50 years and he retired just last year of being the Idaho County Sheriff. When I was about 10, we had the opportunity to go live in Israel. And I saw terrorism firsthand. And I realized we have so many freedoms here in America that we don't even realize we have. And I realized at that age that freedom is a thing that we have to fight for. And so I came back home to Idaho Falls. Actually, it was more than 20 years ago. I went to school for a few years right out down the road in Ryrie, and then went into Idaho Falls and Skyline before we moved up to Riggins my junior year. But I wanted to fight for freedom. My brother served in the Marines, my other brother served in the Army, and they both said go Air Force because the food is better. So off I went to the Air Force Academy. From there I went off to pilot training. I got selected to fly the mighty A-10 Warthog. For those of you that aren't familiar, it's an amazing machine built around a Gatling gun that shoots 30mm bullets, 50 rounds a second. During training, I was awarded Top Gun because my bombs and bullets hit the target closer than any of the guys in my class. After that, first assignment was overseas. I transitioned into the MC-12, did nearly 1,000 combat hours in Afghanistan. I watched my friends die and to give up their life for freedom. And I knew that while we were fighting for their freedom, we were losing a lot of our freedoms right here in our own backyard. And so back in 2016, I came back home to Idaho. I transitioned into the Air National Guard and then into the Air Force Reserves. I am currently a Lieutenant Colonel in the Air Force Reserves. After serving 6 years in the legislature, I realized we're not as conservative as we are being led to believe. And I forgot to mention, my first year in the legislature, at a Farm Bureau dinner, I met the love of my life, a 4th-generation farmer from Glens Ferry, and we have 2 little girls, 2 and 3 years old. And I'm realizing they're not having the same opportunities that I had. Freedom is a thing that we have to fight for right here in Idaho. The reason I'm concerned, first of all, where I think we are losing our freedom, it's going to come down to spending. You know, just in the last 6 years of me being in the legislature, we as a state have nearly doubled our budget from $6 billion to almost $12 billion. And now just in the last 2 years, we have $20 billion in federal money flooding into our state. It's unsustainable, and it concerns me. The other things that concerns me is the radical left is infiltrating our state. You know, the #1 contributor to our campaigns is Big Pharma. I'll tell you, I've been in this race 10 months. I've had more than 2,000 Idahoans donate to our campaign to let freedom fly, not $1 from a lobby group. I will stand up for conservative principles no matter how much lobby money comes into our state. And I'll tell you, just this last week, our campaign is now in the lead. We are leading this fight. I'm Priscilla Giddings, and I want to be your next Lieutenant Governor. Let's do this. Let's restore Idaho. Thank you.